should be listening to. You got any questions, you ask him. You don't ask Becky and Susan. Becky and Susan don't care about your household. Becky and Susan wants that household destroyed. Destroyed. Becky and Susan getting mad that this man is actually taking care of y'all righteously and ain't beating y'all across the head like their husbands are. That's what Becky and Susan's mad about. So they want that situation destroyed. So don't ask them nothing. Go to your husband. You got a question, you ask him. You know what I'm saying? May you want to finish that off, Baba Kushal, sir?
For it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church.
Khan, I don't want Khan. Let's go to Genesis 3:16. It is a shame. It is a shame. It is a shame. Well, let me tell you something. This order was given for a reason. Hold on. Should I start with this one? Let's hold that, Baba Kashal, sir. Let's get to 1 Corinthians 11:3. Let's talk about this order. Let's talk about this order, how it should be, how it's meant to be, in the order that they are trying to destroy. Because they definitely out there got plans for you and your woman being at odds. Talk about International Women's Day, which has not benefited your woman at all, but don't let your woman go out there marching with no white woman. That white woman's going to receive all the benefits of that march, and your woman's still going to be at the same level and probably in more danger. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, sir.
1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Now, this is letting you know that even us men have a man to follow. There's not even confusion amongst men. The Most High is not the author of confusion. So even amongst men, there's the order. And the top of that order for men is Christ. He's the one that we got to listen to. He's the one that we got to follow. He's the one that we got to model ourselves after. Christ. You know what I'm saying? May you continue?
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. Salakia. I don't understand if y'all understand how heavy that is. When you go out there and you out there marching for women's rights, which, you know, to the ear don't sound bad. You know, to the ear sounds peaceful. But to the eye, you should know that it's destroying that order. It's destroying that order because black men do not do things like white men. Black men ain't out there to hurt their woman. You know what I'm saying? So you out there marching and praying and everything else, but what you seem to forget is that is your head that you're bucking up against. You're literally decapitating yourself every time you out there talking about you're a feminist. You're cutting off your head. How can the body think without a head? How can the body move without a head? Can't run, can't do nothing. You're headless. That's why you just out there running amok, because you're headless. Continue, Bob Kushal, sir.
And the head of Christ is the Most High.
And the head of Christ is the Most High. It's just that simple. There is an order. See, that's how you know that the Most High is not the author of confusion. He's so much not the author of confusion, he set up a structure for our household. There's literally a structure for our household. God, Christ, man, women, children. It seems simple enough. It doesn't seem that difficult. I mean, leading is not an easy thing to do. Leading is not an easy thing to do. All that responsibility that goes on in the house, you got to take on your shoulders. And whatever goes wrong, you got to take on your shoulders. And whatever goes right, maybe you get some praise, maybe you won't. It is not an easy thing to do. But Salaki said, can you drop that? Can you get Genesis 3:16? I mean, that man he is your head. I don't know if y'all know how the body works, but for my hands to pick up something, my hands have to ask for permission to my head. Signals go up through the nervous system to my brain. The head controls the whole body. Everything got to go through the head. Everything my hands and my feet wants to do, it got to go through the head. Make it, read that, Bob Kushal, sir?
Genesis 3:16.
Oh, the Salaki 3:16. Kind of.
Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Continue.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
Continue.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Your desire should be unto who?
To thy husband.
Black woman, your desire is supposed to be unto your husband. Not unto yourself, not unto your wages, not unto whatever problems Becky and Sue has. Your desire is supposed to be unto your husband. Whatever you want to do, you got to go to him. Whatever desires you want, you got to go to him. Whatever he wants to do, you got to oblige. Your desire is supposed to be unto him. But you joining this feminist movement, you might think your husband's desire might be hatred towards you. The desire that your husband just wants you to be up in the house, safe, away from all the drama instead of in the club, you think that's hatred towards you. When it's not. Why can't you just stay home, make him a sandwich, watch some TV, Netflix and chill? What's so hard about that? Why must you go out to the club where a shootout happens? Now you're dead. Why must you go to this women's march, which, like I was saying, like in one of those Arab countries, they were having an International Women's Day, and they had a counter protest where men were, not just men, there was other women on the men's side too. There's men and women on both sides. Dudes were throwing rocks, cans, just throwing shoes, everything at the International Women's Day marches. And there were women on both sides.
What's the... Okay, bring that back one more time.
Okay.
What's the setting?
In Arabia. One of those countries
in
Arabia, right?
Yeah, they don't play over there.
There was an International Women's Day celebration.
Ooh.
And it was more like a march, but I'm going to call it a celebration. And there was a counter protest that had men and women too.
Ooh.
Who decided to throw shoes and cans and rocks and all types of stuff at the other protest. Now, if you were protecting your woman, you would have been like, nah, stay your butt home. Nothing good could come from this. Do you know where we're at? You know what I'm saying? There was riots in the streets of Mexico during International Women's Day. So now the police got to get involved because the International Women's Day marchers and celebrators weren't acting right. They started rioting, literally. Bunch of women in the streets rioting. Only a couple of poppies in there. They probably flame us. Now the police got to sick dogs on y'all and shoot y'all with rubber bullets. Who knows? Probably a few actual shootings. Now the police are involved. See, if you kept your woman safe, you wouldn't have had her involved in it. So that's what International Women's Day is doing. It's destroying common sense and having the woman leading the household, which is against Scripture. But Salakia, may you finish that off?
And he shall rule over thee.
And he shall what?
He shall rule over thee.
And he shall rule over thee. And he shall rule over thee.
And Salaki. And that's on the.
What'd you say, sir?
Salaki. And that's on the 3rd page of the book. In the beginning, they said that.
That's why I said it was of the law. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some feminist, so-called feminist Israelites who like to say that, but the scripture literally said, and he shall rule over thee. Your husband should be ruling over you. You should be listening to him. The head should be running everything. You know what I'm saying? In fact, sir, I wonder if I should continue. Yeah, I'm going to continue. Slava, can you continue that, sir? This is a message to you brothers out there, too.
And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
Because you have what?
Hearkened unto the voice of thy wife.
You are the head. The head don't listen to the hand. The head doesn't do what the hand tells it to do. You are the head. She should be listening to you. From the beginning, there was order, there was a structure, there was a lack of confusion. It was quite organized. So for you to listen to her, problems happen. And since Adam listened to his woman, let's continue.
And has eaten of the tree which I commanded thee.
And has participated in that marching right along with her. He was marching right along with her, talking about women's rights, equal pay for women. Yeah. You're listening to your woman, you're eating of that fruit that she's participated in. Continue.
Saying, thou shalt not eat of it.
The Most High told you not to eat of it. That's what you should have told her. No. No. This, my house, as of my house, we shall follow the Lord. That's what you should be doing. May you continue, sir.
Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
Continue.
In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Man, you're going to be hearing this woman's mouth all the days of your life. You gave her a little bit of power, she's going to take a mile. You know what I'm saying? You gave her that little bit of power, and she's going to keep on running with it. That's why you shouldn't be weak under your woman, man. Take control. Women like women that are women like men that are in control. God, that was a tongue twister, and it wasn't even a tongue twister. But women like men that are in control, and you just let her go out willy-nilly, unprotected, unguided. You're putting her in danger. But Salaki, sir, if I may, let's drop that real quick. Let's get let's go to the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, I believe. 26 and 15. Yep, that's it. Yep. Actually, this is this whole chapter is a great chapter to show Black and Hispanic men what type of women that you should be dealing with and shouldn't be dealing with. In fact, this whole book really is. You get a lot of gems of what type of women you should and shouldn't be dealing with. But Salaki, sir, if you may.
So the best way to put it is practical knowledge.
Is what? Practical knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. Con, I don't want con. Salaki. Let's start from 13.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 13.
Let's start from, now let's keep it 13.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 13.
Sorry, start from 12. Forget it. Let's get it.
Verse 12.
Come.
She will open her mouth.
She will what?
She will open her mouth.
And keep your mouth closed. Continue, sir.
As a thirsty traveler.
Continue.
When he had found a fountain.
like a thirsty trout. Her mouth is wide open to accept anything. That's the problem with our women right now without our protection. She will accept anything. She is gullible. And yes, this verse is talking about something a little graphic. I'm being a little PG right now. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue, Bob, what y'all saying?
And drink of every water near her.
And drink of every water near her. You got to guide and protect her. You're the head. If the woman's headless, she will. That's why you think black women out here practice 4 or 5 different ideologies. They're Egyptologists, feminists, you know what I'm saying, Democrats. They're everything in one body. They are unfocused. They're triple-minded. And that's because of the lack of our guidance and the lack of standing up to what is poisoning our systems. We didn't put a hedge around it. Put that hedge around your possession. Yes, you are his possession. Continue, Bob Kushar, sir.
By every hedge she will sit down, and upon her quiver against every arrow.
And open her what?
And open her quiver against every arrow. She
is spreading it wide and giving it to everybody. Literally and metaphorically. Literally and metaphorically. She is giving it to everybody because her head is not there. She is headless. You know what I'm saying? So she is opening up that quiver and accepting every arrow that you could put in it. Continue, Bob Kushar, sir.
The grace of a wife delighted in her husband.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband. We like our women to be graceful, submissive. It makes you feel good. You come home, there's a plate on the table. She's rubbing your back. You tend to rub hers. Next thing you know, y'all got a new child. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? It delighted for her husband to see his woman as feminine as can be and not opening up her quiver and accepting every ideology out there, but listening to him. Yes, listening to your husband, that's a form of grace. Continue.
Salaki. And her discretion will fat his bones.
And her discretion will fatten his bones. It'll make him feel good. We know that our women are beautiful, but she's discreet. She ain't running her mouth to everybody about what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? She ain't out there complaining about what you don't do. Like in these feminists be doing. Oh, he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. And that's bringing shame upon him. He's walking around with the biggest headache ever. May you continue, Bob Kushar, sir?
Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift from the Lord.
A loving and silent woman is a gift of the Lord. There's not a loving and silent feminist on this planet, so you can't be both. A loving and silent woman is a gift unto God. If you ain't loving and silent, you are a monster. You are not a gift. You might be a liability. You know what I'm saying? You're stressing that brother out. Who knows what he might do from there? You know what I'm saying? That's what you out there talking about, hey, no, whatever got to go. You know what I'm saying? You out there marching, got your picket signs. He out in the house stressed, wondering where you at and are you safe? Because you can't keep your mouth closed. You got to speak out on every opinion that you got in your head. You know what I'm saying? Continue, Barbara Kushar.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
There's nothing better than a woman that would do what you tell her to do. She is well instructed. She knows something. She is following her head. Especially Salaki. Continue, sir.
Verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is double grace.
A what?
A shamefaced and faithful woman is double grace.
A shamefaced and faithful woman. A woman that ain't out there all up in every man's face. A woman that got her head tucked because she knows where her strength lies. You know what I'm saying? She's shamefaced. She's easily embarrassed. She ain't out there being a Meg Thee Stallion or a Cardi B. No. She's shamefaced. She followed these law, statutes, and commandments. That's a double grace. That really gonna fatten his bones. Salakia, sir? Finish that off?
And her continent mind cannot be valued.
You cannot value that. That is the same woman that's in Proverbs. That's the same woman. That is a virtuous woman. That is that ruby that every man's looking for. Woman that could be quiet, do what she's told, and follow orders. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, let's drop that. Let's get hold on. Let's get let's go back a chapter actually. Let's get 25 and 16.
Okay. Is Ecclesiastes 25?
Yeah, and 16. Let's get into what happens when that woman's not shamefaced. Let's get into what happens. Matter of fact, let's go to 13. Oh man, this chapter is gold, man. This chapter is straight gold right here. This chapter will make you know who is worthy to be with. Let's start with 13, Bob Bashar, sir.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 13. Give any plague but the plague of the heart.
Give any plague but the plague of the heart. You know what I'm saying? We know what we're talking about, man. Nobody wants to be heartbroken. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Continue, Bob Bashar, sir.
And any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman.
Give me any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. And feminism and feminist is that wickedness, is that wicked woman. Give me any wickedness. I'd rather have my brother punch me in the face than be with a wicked woman. Brother, trip me down some stairs. I don't care, man. Just anything but her. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather go through much hell than be with a wicked woman. Hold on. Rather be through much hell. Continue.
And Salakia, verse 14. And any afflictions but the affliction from them that hate me.
And that's the problem, like we read in Deuteronomy, man. Our women are hating us right now. And that's due to our enemies. So I'd rather have any affliction than the affliction of my enemies. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to consider my woman's the enemy because she's turned against me. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop down a little further to drop to 16.
Verse 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon.
I'd rather dwell with a what?
With a lion and a dragon.
So picture this. This man rather chill with a lion and a dragon. You got a lion to the left of him, dragon to the right, man. They looking at him, they licking their lips, chopping, you know what I'm saying, licking their chops at this man. Continue.
Than to keep house with a wicked woman.
Than to keep house with a wicked woman. You know what I'm saying? Who are famous black feminist women? Oh, there ain't really any because y'all don't really get the attention that y'all, they just put y'all out there to look like it, to fill the marches. You know what I'm saying? There really ain't no famous black female feminists. I can't think of one. But at the same time, they're there. And that black feminist, no man wants to be with you. No man wants to wear the pants along with you. You don't want to share pants with you. No. Only one person could rule this house. And I'm telling you, your life will go a whole lot easier if you just let the man lead. You'll have a whole lot less stress. You'll be a whole lot kinder and softer. If you just stop trying to be a man and do what men do. May you continue, Baba Kushal, sir?
Verse 16. The wickedness of a woman changes her face.
The wickedness of a woman changes her face. Like that soft, beautiful woman you see every day. She goes to those marches, man, and she got the angriest, weirdest face. I know you see those pictures. You could Google right now, feminist march, and you're going to see the first 20 pictures are going to be black women in angry faces. Guaranteed. You're going to see some black woman with her face all screwed up and twisted. Because that march is making her wicked and evil. She got her mind and her focus is on something that it shouldn't be. Her mind and her focus should be on her husband. But may you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
And darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth.
And darkeneth her countenance like, so she look ugly. She just plain simple ugly out there marching with Becky and Sue, talking about equal pay and all this and all that, when white women only benefit from it.
Wow.
But continue.
Verse 18. Her husband shall sit among neighbors.
Man, the wickedness that you do as a woman spreads. No matter how much in the dark you think you are, no matter how right you think your movement is, it's wickedness, and it's going to spread, and it's going to get to your husband. He's going to hear about it. And continue, sir.
And when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly.
And shall sigh bitterly. You are in disappointment and a shame unto him. That is a sign. That's what just happened. You are a disappointment, and practically it's a sad situation to even think about. A man likes to have pride in his woman. You won't have pride in a woman that's marching for women's pride. You won't have pride in that. You won't have pride in a woman that's on the stripper pole. You won't have pride for a woman that's strung out on methadone mile. You won't have pride in women like that. So all that wickedness comes back to her husband. He's like, stressed out. Wonder how he gonna fix this, or should he run for the hills? But Salakia, I'm gonna even stretch that list. You don't have pride in a woman that's in politics, that's trying to rule your household. You won't have pride in a woman that's on a pulpit, trying to run a church. There's no pride in that. But Salakia, sir, continue.
Verse 18. Verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Especially a black and Hispanic woman. Because what you do is multiplied. You know what I'm saying? And it could drive men to do messed up things. Your wickedness drives other people to do wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Your wickedness to try to run and control your household, it spreads and it causes other things. It makes things worse. You out there marching for women's rights along with your enemy, and you gain nothing. And guess where the extra wickedness comes in? Now the man that's supposed to be leading you makes even less now. You cause damage. Your wickedness causes damage. Continue, Bible. Finish that off, Bible, sir.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Let the portions of a sinner fall upon her now. I feel bad for that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? That is a sad situation to be in. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, let's Let's get Proverbs 9 and 13 real quick. Did I already do that? I think I did that one. Let's see. Proverbs 9 and 13. Oh, I only got 2 minutes anyway. Yeah, let's get this out the way. Let's end it on this.
Proverbs 9, verse 13.
And pay attention to this. Continue, sir.
A foolish woman is clamorous.
The word clamorous means talkative, loud, and boisterous. That's what a foolish woman is. Every woman you see marching in those feminist movement march on International Women's Day, they're clamorous, loud, boisterous, foolish women. Continue.
She is simple and knoweth nothing.
She is simple and knows nothing. That's why when your woman goes out there, she thinks she's doing something right. But she don't know that what she's doing is damaging the black household. What she's doing is damaging her son, her daughter, her husband. It's not beneficial for her at all. Nothing in the women's movement is beneficial for women. I made a post on Facebook. Can somebody name one thing that black women benefited from the feminist movement? Nobody came up with an answer. They came up with stereotypes. We got more opportunities. Yeah, you do got more opportunities to oppress your own man.
And to be single.
And to be single, yeah. You're darn right, sir.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the women's rights movement caters to white women. Right?
God.
The biggest problem that a black woman has is the black man. That's her biggest problem. Being able to find a black man and have one stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's a challenge.
Which is a challenge because...
And that's a challenge they gained through the women's movement.
That's right.
It's not a challenge that actually existed beforehand. Black marriages were outdoing white marriages and every other marriage.
Which is why there are so many single black women that are successful and have, 3-bed, 2-bath house with a garage and no man inside that house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And 6 acre kids from 7 different men. But Salak, we're going to end the class with that. If you got any questions, put them in the inbox, type them in the comment section. We'll get back to you. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom.